Yo, from here the voice you know who this attack, if you know say even a cash the powerful boss. You know say Yardy Lewis. You don't know YouTube channel me endorse. I must go over there, go subscribe, share. You're done when I leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe. It's for a worthy cause. You're listening. I think they should be listening now. Yardy Lewis to the world.
Hello, Mike again with another video regarding the homeless on YouTube. Yardy Lewis, like, subscribe, and share. I go around and try to help the homeless as best as I can, shooting videos and helping out whatever needs I can possibly help them with. I got a PayPal link if you want to donate to the homelessness. I will share that on the video as you look at the video. Again, Yardy Lewis on YouTube, like, subscribe, and share. It's bringing awareness to the homeless. It's a worthy cause. All right. Your name is what?
Vincent.
Vincent. Nice to meet you, Mike.
Nice to meet
All right.
you.
Hello. How long you been out here now?
For me, about a month.
About a month?
About a month.
Okay. You're from Enfield?
Yeah, actually, I was living 4 years for the last down on the other side by 7-Eleven and all that. My landlord, I've been in and out of problems with him, health services, other stuff like that. Last year, he tried to get, instead of evicting me, he tried doing restraining orders.
Okay.
But I have all the proof and then, all the things that have been going on and all this other stuff. And then this year, he did the same thing right around this time, where he knows that I'm going back to work for landscaping, and I was on unemployment for the winter, and I'm like, now I'm dealing with, because I decided not to go to court for any of that. Now I'm out in here, and then they did domestic issues for something stupid, and I'm like, I don't have to deal with any of that, you know what I'm saying? So right now I'm literally just
go ahead, keep talking.
Working, landscaping, doing what I can.
All right.
I'm dealing with my landlord, and basically through legal issues.
Yeah.
I'm not wanted or anything. I mean, I'm doing exactly what they told me not to, go through any of that. I got to
staying out of trouble.
Basically, I got to get a lawyer. Like I said, for the last couple of weeks, it's been cold. So I've been, I take my paycheck and I go get a hotel. I stay at the hotels. I've been in and out of there, for the last couple of weeks. That's costing me a lot of money.
And the schooling?
Yeah, I went to Porter Chester for a little while for automotive. Like I said, most of my profession's in landscaping. I've been doing that like 15 years now.
Okay.
But like I said, for me, it's literally bad landlord issues.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
How far did you go in school? 10th grade?
No, man, I graduated.
Oh, you got it from high school? I got a high school diploma.
I got a high school.
Then you went to Port and Chester.
I spent some time. I'm 48 now. Shit, my birthday's in a month, so
Nice. This is where you're gonna spend your birthday?
Yeah, no likely. Lie. My birthday's in 1 month, and this is pretty much where I got to spend it. But like I said, I figure, for me, like I said, I've been out here 9 seasons and 2 full seasons. Every now and again over
the same. Oh, you said you were on the other side, right?
Yeah, this. Over the last 34 years that I've been here in Enfield.
Do you have any relationship with any of the homeless people around here?
No.
Just keep yourself to yourself.
I keep to myself, my guy.
Okay.
I've been in here over the years, and I've seen 2 raids coming in and out of here.
When they said raids, I mean...
raids where they come in and they take all the rowdy, the extra, the homeless or whatever's been going on. And like I said, for me, technically I am homeless, but I don't intermix with any of whatever's been going on as far as the homeless do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do resumes. My resume is online right now. You know what I'm saying? I do.
So you just need a break then, pretty much, to get yourself together so you can afford your rent.
Basically. And right now I just spent at least $1,200 in the last month just doing hotels and doing whatever I had to do. That would have been a great, down payment for the apartment. But at this point, I'm like, the only thing I can do for me, is just, continue doing what I'm doing. Get up every day, go to work, do what I got to do.
You don't have any family member?
None of my family will help me. You know what I'm saying?
You reached out to them?
Yeah, this is what I've been doing since I was like 14. So, every now and again, like, I don't really talk to my family much. I don't deal with anything. I don't really have anybody who can help me. So when I, get down and out, this is what I've been taught to do over the years. You know what I'm saying?
And you feel comfortable with it, huh?
Well, yeah, you got to get up and go to work, and you got to make sure you're actually dedicated to what you're doing, and no lie, I really do have a job. I'm like, I really do what I
Yes.
can.
I believe what you're
I'm
saying.
like, it's just like I said, for 4 years, I've been dealing with a landlord that's just denying me, you know, specific services and other things, and I've been dealing with legal issues with him. And then I, you know, where I was, you know, in the right this time around, I ended up, you know, somehow becoming wrong, even though I got proof of that too. And
Yes.
I'm like,
Have you ever stayed in the shelter up on the hill there? Never.
no, I stay away from all of that.
Stay away from all of that. Stay away from the side.
Because, you know, a lot of these guys, when they come in here, they'll set up shop, and then they're robbing and they're stealing and they're doing all this other stuff. Or, you know, I don't really know what it is they're doing to, you know, figure out how they're living in there. You know what I'm saying? Which is why the cops every now and again come in here and then they kick these people out of here because they're running around town.
Anybody ever rob you?
Man, no, I was a little worried about you, man.
You saw me walking in the tent here. You saw me walking in, yeah.
But no, my guy, you know, if you go around town, I'm well known as far as, you know.
What do you call you around town?
Vindog. They call me Vindog.
Vindog.
Yeah, Vindog.
Oh, man, you could be in a movie.
Yeah, I could be, my guy.
Yeah,
you know,
Vindog.
I know, you know, a lot of people. I've been here a lot of times, but I'm like, for me, it's literally I'm just dealing with landlord issues, legal issues. I mean, if I could get help, that'd be great. But you know, the only thing I could do for myself that I know to do is, you know, just.
So basically, for you, if you could get a place to stay that's affordable,
yeah,
you could get back on your feet.
I'm
and help
already
yourself.
good.
See, good.
Yeah, I'd be great. I've been doing, you know, like I said, hotels.
Yeah.
So, you know, to keep clean, that's what I've been doing. I've been going to hotels.
I see you keep the area nice and clean.
I do. I try to, my guy. You know, my sit's good. I got an air mattress.
Your stuff is. You got a hair mattress?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's nice and clean here.
It's not bad.
You got your rake. You got everything
I got
going on
rake.
here.
I do what I can.
Yeah.
Man, you know, I try to keep it clean. I gotta, you know, clean it in here today. But you know, that's just me. I got an air mattress.
Oh, you got your books there. You read your books.
I just read some books and do some stuff. You know,
got everything going on inside there.
I try to keep clean, my guy.
So you pretty much rake this every day. I rake up every day.
I rake every day. Do what I can.
Oh, that's
you know,
nice.
Like I said, I've been down here. Every now and again, I cook.
You cook? What do you really cook? What did you cook today?
Today, I just went to the store when somebody got me. I went and got something from Chico.
What Chico over there? Okay, all right.
But you know,
do you have a grill that you're grilling out here? Okay.
You know, I chef it up out here when I need to.
Nice.
I just found an oil lamp out here. So I'm gonna be good, man.
Well, that works.
Heat, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you have any substance abuse? Nothing?
No.
No drugs, no alcohol, no none of that stuff? So who's drinking all those bottles?
I drink some alcohol, but these are my afternoon beers. Like
what are those? What are those though?
You know, they're the Corona Familiars.
Oh, that's Coronas?
So when I get out of work, you know, I just sit around and have a beer. But I've been here a month, so you know, when I sit back, I'm like, you know, I'm drinking. I'll probably just stop drinking. Maybe that's half my guy.
So if I need some landscaping work, I can find you here. You can pretty much, because yesterday I was in my yard working all day. Yeah, when I'm done, I can get the number.
I went to Springfield and helped a lady yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
I put up a retaining wall for her neighbors, so her neighbors could see up over the net screening, basically, on her fence.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll give you my number.
I see that you're good out there hustling. You trying?
You know, I do what I can. Like I said, you know, yeah, it looks pretty bad when I got the beers when they pile up, but that's for me when I get out of work. I just sit down and
because that's your company.
Now, yeah, basically, you know, I'm trying to keep an eye on how much I am drinking though, because I'm out in the woods. You know, like I said, I was drinking a little bit to stay warm. You know, on the cold nights.
Understandable. But out of all the homeless people and homeless location I've been, this is the cleanest one I've seen so far.
Yo, like I said, I'm about to take the trash out tomorrow. Like,
those are trashes.
Yeah. I take my trash out. So, like I said, I just bagged up some of my trash. Actually, right before you got here.
Oh.
Like I said, I'm gonna clean all this out. I had some wood in here.
How did you get to Springfield yesterday? Somebody pick you up?
Yeah, somebody picked me up.
Oh, they pick you up and stuff like that.
Yeah, somebody picked me up.
Oh, your mic fell off?
Yeah.
Is it still on?
It's
still green?
It is still green.
Okay, just clip it on. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you heard me, right?
Yeah, I heard you. So how long you taking to put this up?
Actually, I got this together in less than 3 days. A buddy of mine gave me the tent, and I went and scrounged around down in there.
Okay.
I bought the air mattress like a week or two ago.
Okay.
Like I said, he gave me a Sub-Zero sleeping bag.
Okay.
So, you know, and like I said, I got food stamps. you know, so I can do every now, you know, when they tell
But
me
you
to
look
do.
like, to me, you look like one of those guys just like to live off the grid, you know, don't want to be bothered.
You
You
know,
don't want to be bothered.
I would, you know, if I
Yeah.
could, I could, but you know,
Yeah.
like I said, I know how to live.
Yes.
But you know, that's just, hey man, I got into some landlord issues,
Yeah.
and you know, that's between me and him and some legal stuff. But I pay my bills. I
Yeah.
don't have a record. That's, you know,
Yeah, like
in the point where I can't help myself. So if I could, you know, help myself, you know, in some manner, I'd be doing great. Like I said, my boss has been helping me out a little bit. I've been filling out applications. She's just this Thursday. I went to Burger King for my interview. You know, I got to talk to them again for the weekend.
So we need to get the clothes you wear. Where you get those given to you?
No, my guy, I've had
I like
these.
that one underneath.
Yeah,
like got
no,
it.
my guy, I've had these.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my style, my guy. Like,
That's
so
your
I
style?
pretty much wear my uniform. You know, I got clothes on. I mean, like I said, I switch off my uniform between days, and then I go wash whatever.
So when you leave here and go to work, like you said, nobody don't mess with your stuff. Never did?
Nah, not really. Just some of the kids back in the day, but you know, I've really never had any problems.
Never had any problem, which is pretty good.
You know, like I said, any of that, I don't understand any of that. So you know, like that's when they come up.
I interview a few people from down there.
Yeah.
But ever since they moved that location, I haven't seen anybody around anymore.
Yeah, they go hanging out in there and doing what they're doing. For me, like I said, I try to do what I can, my guy. You know.
Okay. How often do you eat being out here? You make breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or just once a day? How often?
No, I'm eating all the time, I think. Well, you know, like today I'm only eating. I just ate. I just went to the store today. But for me, like, because you don't really need to eat much. But I'm like, shit, I eat every day. I try to eat every day. You know.
You say you have friends also too. Do your friends come and associate with you to look for you or anything like that?
They keep an eye on me. Like I said, my boss keeps an eye on me.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? But like, I'll eat at work or something like that. But for me, I'm like I said, I was chefing it up out here for the first couple of weeks. Like I said, it's been cold, so I've been at the hotel. So I've been living out of McDonald's and some other stuff, and that's getting costly. I'm like, I can't keep doing that.
It was pouring rain last night. Were you here?
Yeah, I was in here.
Didn't it get wet? Didn't it look
I didn't see, no, that's why I said I got up this morning. It was really windy.
You
know, it would look really nice. I just keep it clean.
Got any kids?
I literally just went and got something to eat and drink too. That's
Nice.
funny. Like right before you got here.
Nice.
I was like,
I was looking to see if I see anyone over here, and I really didn't see anyone. But I never saw this tent.
I keep it on the.
Yes, it does look outskirts of this.
It's outskirts, my God. This has been my camp area for
same spot.
Same spot for 11 times.
Have you ever been out of the state?
I've traveled all over the United States.
Really?
My God, yeah.
Homeless or?
No. You know, just kind of like rolling around. I hung out in Vegas for a little while one time. You know, not really, just just a couple weeks. Back in the day when I was a kid. About shows and.
No kids?
Yeah, no, I've never been married. No kids.
So how long you been on and off homeless? I mean, how many years?
I would just say a good 34 years.
34 years. So you're very comfortable with it.
I like it. You know what I'm saying? Well, for a while there, here's what I was doing. I was working in the summer to outside. I'd be out here working work for all summer long, and then I'd go in and do the winters, inside.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
I know.
No kids?
No kids, my guy.
No girlfriend?
No girl.
Oh man.
Like I said, I couldn't get him to come out here anyway. Like if you think about it, Yeah, so that's probably why I don't got a girl or kids. I've always been out here.
So the first time you came out here to live, did you know it was going to continue, or
no?
You just thought it was just for a season and then you get back on your feet the way you want?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now I do it because if I get myself, like I said, if I get myself in trouble or something happens, I learned how to do this.
Learn how to do this, and that's
like
good.
I said,
and there's plenty of firewoods out here. You can use them to cook.
I scrounged around down there. I found a cord of wood. The first couple rounds.
Really?
Yeah, no lie. A couple fires in here over the night. I keep them low so no one can see me. None of the smoke.
Yeah, because I couldn't see you.
You know what I'm saying? I keep it really, really simple. My God, I got this, and it's not a standing anything. A standing.
It's not a raised tent.
It's not a raised house or a standing building. That's just a rain guard.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So if I need to, I can just cut it. I can cut this all down within 10, 15 minutes and, pack it all up.
Because I heard they were getting rid of you guys from out of here a couple of weeks ago, but I see like it's still here. They were just saying that to get you guys out of here.
I worry about that every morning when I get up and I kind of go, I see people floating around.
The cops never arrest you or nothing. You never get arrested.
They kind of leave me alone.
I've never seen you around, but with all the other guys.
Like I said, I am a local here. And
I look out for you.
Know me.
I look out for you, because
what's your name again?
Mike.
Mike.
Mike,
Thanks.
yes. Because I need a lot of. Even yesterday, I was working my yard. I got scratches, and
Yeah.
I wish I would have someone
Actually,
to help me.
like I said, I was in Springfield yesterday
Nice.
doing some stuff, and I do this all week long. Tuesday, I gotta go do some things. And
Okay.
Monday, I'm going to work. So
Do you actually go to any church? You believe in church or God or anything like that?
I'm outside in it, man.
You believe in God?
I do. I'm right here in it. Look at it. This is what it is, my guy.
Yeah, this is
what
this
it
is your
is.
church?
This is my church, my boy. This
Okay.
is what it is.
When last time you pray?
This morning when I woke up, my guy.
Nice.
When you look outside, come on, man, look around.
Yeah, that's curious. I was asking that, cause
Look around, my
yeah,
guy. When you read any of that, dude, and you really get into it, and
Yeah.
you look, this is what it was.
Because I see you with your books, so I figure you might have a Bible or something inside here also.
No, landscape books and stuff like that. I keep myself going because, like I said, I do landscaping. I got licenses for some of that. I've been doing it for a while.
How about shower? Do you take shower? Do you get a chance to take shower?
When I can. Like I said, I've been going to the hotels, my guy. It's been costing me a lot of money to hang out in there.
Wouldn't it be cheaper if you like join a gym and then you can just go in and take a shower like $20 a month if you have that money?
It might be, but then I got to go contend with other people, things like that. I try to be.
I see. You try to avoid.
I try to avoid everybody
people.
else, and if it's going to cost me a little more to just go do what I got to do,
Okay.
I'm like, that way I can do my laundry right then and there. I can do whatever I do, and I might even get a good night's sleep.
Nice.
Like I said, I get up the next day, I got to go to work.
So being out here, what is the average bedtime for you? When it get dark or whenever?
Kind of when it gets dark, but you tend to stay up and down over the night, just to kind of keep an eye on yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye on yourself, my guy.
And if you're not going to work, what time is it you get up, wake up time?
This morning, whenever the hell I felt like, my guy. Nice. Well, it's the same when you go and you don't got to go to work at your house, my guy. When you get up, whenever the hell I fucking feel like, my guy.
So that's the only chair you have right there?
Yeah, right here.
I might have a chair at home. I don't know if you want an extra chair. No, you're good. Oh, you got extra stuff. So what do you need? You don't need of anything right now? What would you like? Say if I'm gonna bring you something out here, is there anything that you need of? Because I see you got enough clothes and all of that stuff.
Yeah, my guy. Yeah.
Not no beers though.
No, I'm good. Look at I said I got an orange crush. I went to.
Yeah. Because guys like you look like you just want to get out of this situation. Just get somewhere to stay and
that's
get
the only reason why I'm out here, my guy. Just to get the heck out of here.
Things are getting harder and harder.
It's getting costly. Like I said, I've been dealing with a really unreasonable landlord for the last 4 years that I've been within legal issues with, and I got proof of whatever I'm dealing with. The only thing that I let them get the upper hand this year. So, but I've been trying to get out of that. And like I said, when you're paying a guy and then you're still dealing with other things, it's.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
Let's see. I got 2 brothers, 1 sister. I'm the oldest.
And you're the oldest?
Yeah.
And you're the only one that lives away?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna call it off the grid.
Yeah, I live off the grid.
Yeah, off the grid.
I live off the grid.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm 48 this year.
48?
Yeah, I'll be 48 this year.
How about your parents?
My mother died like 5
sorry
years
to hear
ago.
that.
My dad and his third wife, they do win.
So he's still alive?
Yeah.
You see him every now and then?
Once in a while.
You guys don't get along?
Yeah, we talk. That's a bit, once in a blue moon.
So does he encourage you to get off the street or anything like that? Or come home or nothing? Nothing?
No, like I said, he just, he knows I do my thing, my guy,
Okay, you're alive. That's the most important
That's about
thing.
it. He knows I'm alive,
You're alive, and that's the most important thing about you.
Like I said.
Yeah, man. Thanks for your time, man.